Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Just the Tips, brought to you by Centimetre Perfect. That is Jesse. I am Liam, and we are back to tip round 23 action. The season is almost done, Jesse. You got some catching up to do. At CM Perfect, no, not even that, at CM Perfect _ AFL on YouTube, Insta, Apple, Amazon, and Spotify for our main podcast. You can come find us there. Enough tomfoolery, Jesse. We have some tipping to do, my friend. How are you feeling going into the penultimate round of the season?
Concerned.
What for?
I don't like losing.
That's not what I heard about you, Jesse. I thought you loved losing.
Famously. I'm a Fremantle supporter, so, you could argue it kind of comes with the territory.
That is true. But we use confidence points to tip here on the Centimetre Perfect Just the Tips show. Jesse, what are confidence points for people who might be newly initiated in the second last round of the season?
Well, better late than never. Confidence points are a way of us assigning a weighted scale to our tips throughout the week's action in football. The team we are least confident in winning of our 9 selections, we assign 1 confidence point to. The team we are most confident of, we assign 9. Whoever has the most confidence points at the end of the season will be declared the winner. You don't need to have the most amount of tips, just the most amount of points.
That is correct, Jesse. And I'll bring up the scores now for this particular season. No, here they are. 42 for me last round, taking me to 643. 37, Jesse, for you. Sydney did you a mischief. 627 for you there, because you went hard on the Lions to beat Sydney last.
Actually, if I tipped the Sydney forward line to be that bad, I would probably be ahead by now. Alas, absolutely. Isaac Heaney.
He always does it. But we've got 9 games to get through. No Thursday night this time because the AFLW is commencing. So we skip straight to Friday night. Jesse.
Wouldn't be a Friday night without the prime time Bombers. The 6-win and 14-loss Essendon Bombers host St Kilda. Floating fixture game, by the way, just quietly on a Friday night. Oh dear. I'm up first here. I'm just going to go first. Saints with 5 for me. The Bombers are awful. The Saints are starting to show a bit. I'd like to see them continue to get the roll on. They could really use with a bit of a winning streak to end the season to build some confidence into 2026. And they're playing significantly better than what we've seen from the Bombers across both the last few weeks and the entire season. Happy to go with the Saints here.
Yeah, I've gone the Saints with 8, only because that's how my confidence points have kind of weighed out this round. Copy and paste what you just said, Jesse. I think the Bombers could definitely do something crazy here. I mean, it's the Saints after all. Who knows what they're going to do either. So 8's probably pretty high, but I think I'm pretty confident based on form as of late, they can get the job done. Let's move on to the other Friday night game, which some might say has a few more stakes involved.
Well, bit of Wagyu and a bit of Porterhouse with this one, such as the level of stake. Fremantle hosting Brisbane on Friday Night Football at Optus Stadium. Again, both sides need to win to ensure a finals berth. Whoever loses could find themselves in serious jeopardy. Liam, difficult one here, especially with you tipping first. How are you going with this one?
It's a difficult one, absolutely, Jesse, because like you said, not only is it going to be for a finals guarantee, but also top 4 on the line. This has a lot of stakes. I said that twice, but that's how juicy it is, Jesse. It has behooved me to tip our boys when they've had to get the job done, and they have to get the job done again. My confidence points are not as high this week. Freo with 1 for me.
Coin toss game for you?
Coin toss game. I think this is the Lions have a few injuries which are going to really hurt them a little bit. Freo, I like what they're doing at the moment, Jesse. It's really nice to see them playing with some confidence. I mean, they've the most winningest team since halfway through the year, I'm pretty sure. So they're doing something right. So there's nothing to say they can't take it up to the reigning premiers here. Your thoughts, though, Jesse?
I knew you were going to go Fremantle.
Okay. I know what you're doing. Okay,
I thought you were going to go low.
Yeah.
Lions with 9.
Yeah, good shout.
Because I need the points.
Yeah, you need the points. That's huge. That's smart. That's very smart.
This is the thing. This game decides the season. I don't think I can come back if I lose this. So this is probably it. Mm-hmm. I mean,
what I'm hearing is you're cheering for Brisbane on Friday night.
I mean, famously, I've never called Dane Zorko a flog, ever. Look, we desperately need to win this game as a Fremantle fans. At least this would be a consolation prize. If we don't, I go and tip the Dogs with 9 next week as well and just win the competition, thanks to your behoovement of Fremantle. So, look, I think this would be a great game of footy. If I had to give an actual serious tip, I'd probably still go the Lions. Sure. I just think they've got a real point to prove this week coming out of it. But look, this is a competition tip, not necessarily an analysis tip. I think this will be a very close game. I agree with Liam in this is a coin toss, but I need the points. So Lions with 9.
Needs the points, everybody. Needs the points. Let's move on to another game that's going to have some consequences come September as well.
Gold Coast hosting the Giants at People First Stadium. Big game for both sides. Suns can absolutely lock away a top 8 spot with a win here, potentially really put themselves in a frame for a top 4 spot as well. But the Giants, they need to win to keep their season alive in a difficult place to win away from home. I'm up first here. Gold Coast with 4 for me. I see this being a game the Suns should get the job done in, but not going all in given the Giants must-win status of this one. A loss for them does make things very interesting down that bottom portion of the table. Of the top 9, that is.
I got you. This is actually the most copy and paste of copy and paste that I could ever do. Gold Coast with 4. Everything you just said, Jesse. I would like to see the Suns win. And when I want something to happen, it just behooves me, Jesse, to tip them and put points on them. No, I think this will be a good game, though. I think this will be a really good game of footy, hopefully. Some of the games we've thought are going to be good in the last couple of rounds have been a bit of a...
This does have weird quasi-smash, like Twilight Zone game vibes to it as well.
But which way? Who knows?
Yeah.
It could be either way. That's crazy. But that's it. That's enough said about that one, Jesse. Let's move on to the next one.
Carlton hosting Port Adelaide and the Ken Hinkley Farewell Circus has one more stop in Victoria, taking on Carlton. Not going to be the Michael Voss Farewell Tour just yet. He's sticking around in 2026. And Carlton, despite some poor form on the win-loss column, have been showing something in recent weeks. Liam, can the Power capitalise off a close result against the Dockers, or will Carlton be able to bounce through and claim their 8th win of the season?
Look, I think Carlton are going to want to finish off this season strong. Obviously, Power as well. I've gone Carlton with 3, Jesse. I'm stalling. I don't really know why. I think it's just one of those games where, this game doesn't matter for anything but pride. And that's... I honestly cannot give you anything more. I apologize. I don't care. Jesse, your turn.
That's okay, because this is broadly a coin toss for me. Carlton with 1. In terms of structure, I think Carlton are more likely to just play this game on their terms. But if Port can break the shackles a bit and turn this into a bit of end-to-end footy, they will be hard to beat in this contest.
Yep, good job. Let's go to the next one.
Hawthorn hosting Melbourne at the MCG. The Hawks keen to shore up their finals hopes, noting they still need to keep winning to be there, while Melbourne have shown a bit late in the season. They were close against the Dogs last week. They'll want to continue restoring their pride and tell me I was wrong in my deep dive, because that famously is what motivates football clubs. I'm up first here. Hawthorn with 2. This was a victim of confidence points and needing to put other points elsewhere. Hawthorn will win this game. I'm fairly sure that's going to be the case. But Melbourne, they were good last week. They can hurt teams. They were very close to beating Collingwood. Collingwood were in their best form. They were close to beating the Dogs last week. They've beaten Fremantle this season at the G. So they can surprise and make good teams work to beat them. They may be able to do so again here.
Demons had their new coach game last week, which is famously where you win, and they didn't. So this week they're going to get absolutely smashed by Hawks. Six on the Hawks for me. But then again, having said that, these lower table teams literally have nothing better to do than ruin the chances of people at the top. Just chaos. Just throw the ball to the wall. Just see what happens. So look, 6 might be high, might be close to your coin toss too. But I think the Hawks are going to be way too strong for the Demons. Jesse, next game.
Adelaide hosting the Magpies at Adelaide Oval in round 23. Now this was a narrative that we were looking forward to a fortnight ago. The narrative has swung sharply since then. Both teams need to win. Adelaide to cement top spot and their status as the ones to beat in season 2025. Collingwood needs to stop this alarming slide that will see them go 15-7 on their win-loss record, when that looked inconceivable they wouldn't win 20 games all of 6 weeks ago. Liam, you're up first. You're up first here. Mm-hmm. How do you see this going? Tough game.
Yeah, tough game. I have a lot of concerns for the Pies, though. I think the Crows obviously had their work cut out for them against the Eagles on the weekend, just gone. But I reckon a different team is going to show up against the Magpies at home. I think the game against the Eagles was a bit of a whatever game. You could kind of tell they weren't taking it as serious as they probably should. Adelaide with 5 for me. I'm quite confident that they're going to get the job done against the Pies. Which, who knows where that leads for the Maggies? Obviously, they've got Melbourne to finish up, which they should win. But hey, if these lower teams are going to go on this rampage, who knows what's going to happen? Crows with 5, Jesse.
Crows with 3 for me. this should still be a close game, given you're talking first versus third in a very even top 9. But the Crows are in much better form across the board. Collingwood will have to go out and prove themselves, and that's a dangerous beast to take on as an Adelaide side. But they're the ones that have the ball in their court. They're the ones that are in form. They're the ones that are showing the best football in the competition right now. And they look like a powerful force. They get Tex back in the side. He was rested for that Eagles game. So I think they'll be right up there. This should be the Crows win. But hopefully we get a good game of footy as well.
Fingers crossed. It should be a cracker. All right, let's go on to the Sunday. Let's go to Sunday.
Moving on to Sunday football down at Ninja Stadium, which is Launceston's. No, Hobart's. That's Hobart's ground. Hobart's ground. So Hobart hosting North Melbourne versus Richmond down there in windy, woolly Hobart. Now, Liam, much like I did with the Fremantle Brisbane game, I will preface this by saying I need the points. North with 8 because I need the points. The fact that it is at Hobart did swim me to tip North regardless. But again, I cannot stress this enough. I need the points.
That's fair, Jesse. That's fair. I thought you might. North with 7. I've counted your counter, Jesse. I've counted your counter.
Well done.
So, look, I did this yesterday, right? I was thinking to myself, I was looking through my tips going, oh, God, I've got to think about it here. Because famously, I'm the one who just goes bananas and I do whatever I want. I read you on that one, Jesse. I read you on that one. Again, I think the Kangas can get this done quite comfortably because they've drawn with the reigning premiers down there. What can't they do? But this should be actually a pretty fun game to watch, I hope, between two young teams
so who are
pulling up the ranks. I think it could be a lot of fun. But the Kangas need a little tick in that box there. So let's hope they get it. Let's move on to the next game, Jesse.
Should be able to power through this. I think Sydney hosting Geelong at the SCG. Liam, how much the Cats?
How much the Cats?
How much the Cats?
How much the Cats? Well,
because this is our margin game. Surprise!
Hey!
Because you didn't nominate one.
Oh, so you just spring it on me at the very end? Oh, well, that might change.
I'm trying to win. What do you think I'm going to do?
Fuck. Oh, sorry. Fuck. All right. Well, that changes everything. Well, I can't change it now, although can I? Because you've sprung that on me.
Well, you should have picked the margin game before.
Why is that on me? All right, fine. Well, look, I kind of Sydney with 2.
Oh, yes. We are so back. We are so back winning this competition. It is over for you.
You've said this before.
I've counted your counter of your counter.
You've said this before.
Won't happen. Sydney have no chance of winning this game. Forget it.
Well, what makes you say that?
Because Geelong with 6.
Well, how many points?
I'm going to say 41.
Oh, wow. Big one. No, Heaney's gonna kick so many goals that they're going to win by 12. There we go.
Don't you dare.
That'd be so funny. You may as well literally, the last round, we may as well just have some fun. I might just give you extra points to throw around the place because it's not going to matter if that comes
Farcical round, and it's not even gather round this time.
All right, let's bring it home, Jesse.
Western Bulldogs hosting the West Coast Eagles at Marvel Stadium. We've got Nastiles out here. Dogs with 7 for me. You know, this would normally be a 9, but I need the points elsewhere, so it's a 7.
Well, Jesse, I mean, those are 2 extra points for me then. Bulldogs with 9. Be interesting to see how that shakes out. I don't think there's too much analysis here. Eagles were spirited last week, but yeah, look, we'll see. But no.
Yeah.
Bulldogs with 9. And that's it, Jesse. That's the round of football done.
I have no confidence in the Eagles, but I do have confidence in you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode of Just Tips. Let us know down below in the comments who you're tipping. Your tips will probably be more serious than mine because, again, and this bears repeating, I need the points, but hopefully it's a good round of footy. Enjoy it, whatever you're doing. Make sure it's a fun one. Second last week of the home and away season. If you are one of those bottom 9 sides, enjoy it while it's there. If you're one of these top sides, like me, not going to have any fingernails left by the time this round's done. That's Liam. I'm Jesse. We'll see you soon on Centimetre Perfect.
Bye, everybody.